The reality, the truth, is only what you will tell yourself. I will not tell you, but I will ask you, and you will answer it, and you do not have to share it with anybody. But if you want to, we can come up with the analytics if we did know. What is happening behind me? Do you see the, what is it? Triangle, right? You see that triangle around my head? And as I walk backwards, right, the truth is that, whoop, I have to keep the phone at the same height, right? I have to spread these chairs, right? Because all we're looking for is the story and the question of, how can I say, what kind of question is it? It's just that everybody can understand. You can see behind me, right? You cannot see the point. I come all the way out to here, you don't see the point. How far am I? What is that angle? Why do I need to know? You want to know where we are in space, right? Online and everywhere, the zodiac is coordinating that area space for you. It's telling you the story within the word. If it's a planet, if it's a star, what kind of gases, what size it is, numerically, mathematically, and through all the search engines, they're giving you answers to these numbers, telling you stories that these numbers connect to. Is it a star, or is it the first, or is it talking about one? The gold is in the center of all. So the everything that goes around one is one, vibrate everything, one cell. The question is like this: how does the vibration all the way to where the Kuiper belt is? How does that vibrate all the way down to Earth? How does the everything vibrate into the sun, and then it skips? Okay, it skips. The Earth planet will skip the vibration of Venus, okay, and it'll skip the vibration of Mercury. But what will happen is the Mercury and the Venus vibration into the sun. Sun will generate that energy and cast it back out to where it'll pick up every planet. So where the Earth gets the last vibration from Mars, right? Unless we're working 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, counting the sun as the center core to what is the one in between two sides. Like in Rubik's Cube, that one would be the center core. The 27th or the first area, call it what you want, but there are 26 that surround it. So if there's 26 that surround it, right, why don't we do this? We're going to do 13, right? Then we're going to do nothing. And then we're going to do 13, but that nothing is absolutely one. It's the heart of everything. It becomes the nothing because it's the nut or the inner circle, right? Rounds. So the major eye that cuts off from the greatest circle, right, which is Pluto, it would be connecting, if we use the sun as the primary planet, the center of 9 is 1 is 10. Because even in Rubik's Cube, you do not see the 27th cube. But yet, you use the 27th cube to know how the soul and the spirit come together. How do they intertwine? How does the vibration, the energy, come down to 1 and then gets blown back out? Boom, in, out, boom. Watch the glow around my head, the light blue, the purplish. And as I tilt it, right, if I do it quick enough, you can see it a little easier, right? Do you see the lines? Let me see if I can get it just at the edge. And the strength. Let me see if I got this here. There it is right here. The sun is rebounding off my head. You can see it here. The green, the turquoise that surrounds me right now. Back into the sun. The AM and the AME, the AM atom in the AM, ADAM. I say it because atom In the word atom, take away the D and just use the AME. It is soul. It is soul. 10,000 souls are on the line. So if you want to say 10,000, we can say XM, right? The 24th and the 13th letter equaling to 37, creation at the gateway. Where would I come up with this? Where does number 7 come up? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 equals to 3. So where does the 7 come up from? 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals to 3, and 4 equals to 7. So what did we do? We used 13 and we used 11. So we used K. K is a marking for what means 1,000. And we used M. The first transition of what is K, okay, equals to 1 and 2. So from 1 and 1, you will create 1 and 2, creating like what is the silver and the bronze outside of what the gold is, the center heart, the eye. If you run that eye, right, run circles, run a circle of Pluto, run a circle of Neptune, of Uranus, run a circle of, and all in starting positions, okay? Or actually not at the starting positions, all in circuit already. I'm going to explain what that is. Where every home started, when you play a game, right? When you play a game, you didn't start in the home of somebody else, unless you're playing Monopoly. Dictate what's going on. I think the game of Sorry or something else, everybody has a home where they come back to. So everybody, but in games, everybody goes back to their own home. How do you advance in these games, right? And like I said at the beginning of this video, I wanted to talk about the AM and the AME like atom. The word AM is soul. So what would be PM? So I'd have to think of it because I already have the M in the AM, so I'm only changing the A for a P. So the A for a P, right, gives me P1 and 6 equals to 7. Now there's a whole story going on. What do we want to know? First we have to learn the story, and we're going to see and put the pieces together. That's what it's about. So atom is 1414, ADAM, and that's to the short count, meaning the letters, right? The letters, instead of saying M13, it's 1 plus 3 is 4. So MD, like medical doctor, right? It's actually 44. It is when I bring the equation into time. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals to 16 and 8. So I know perfectly it equals to 24. 8 is 1/3 of 24, and 60 is 2/3 of 24. So I got 13 and 23 now working together, which is 5 and 4. So I know it's the sun. I know it's Fox. I know it's 666. I know there's a crossover through the 7th gate into headquarters. I know where the queen resides in 8, the heavens of 8. It is the octagon heavens of 8 for the queen, but it's the hexagon to where the jack comes in. And remember, jack only has 6 eyes. The queen has 8 eyes separating, or the transition in between what that gateway is between 6 and 8. Although it's 7 between 6 and 8, what happens is it's 9 that plays that role. It's the 27th cube, it's 2 and 7 equals to 9 in the house of 8. Red. Number 27. 72 is brown, a mixture. So that's what's happening. Now, sometimes I lose my thought, too much explanation, so I'm going to see if I can get back to where I was. M is also noted in a design, right, to be 1V1, 4, 5, and 6. The Federation, deaf, right? But when you say the word deaf, right, it's just an abbreviation for deaf, dumb, and blind. So you have to take the words D, and B, right? 4, 4, and 2. So I know that if I'm using 42, I know I have two 7th gates, right? The heavens of birth, vertical and horizontal, right? The H and the I. That is my heaven's birth. That means it's 8 and it's 9. The cards are not the same. The 8 has 2 moon cards, and the 9 has a singular singular dot in the center. And to note that if you're going to associate the 9, you associate the ace card, the 3 card, the 5 card. Okay. Okay. But we're going to leave out the 3 for now. Why? Because there's a dot in the middle of the 3 and the 9 has a dot, so we don't want to count that. So we're going to throw out the ace, we're going to throw out the 5 because the 5 card is completely inside the 9 card. So you know what? We don't need it, but we're going to keep the 3. So now when I get to the 2 card, right? Venus. Now I got a decision to make. When I look at the 2, when I look at the 3, and I say, well, the 1 dot of the 3 is inside the 9. That's already gone. The other 2 look like Venus. I'll just leave Venus alone. Where Venus has the blank part of the card that's holding all the other residual houses, and understanding that each card is the same size, part of the blueprints, part of the construction. So now the ace is gone, the 2 we stayed, right? The 3 is gone. Now the 4 card, wow. Inside the 5 card, inside the 6 card, inside the 7 card, inside the 8 card, inside the 9 card. Let's not talk about 10 right now, passage 55, right? So the number 4, the 4 corners, right, are all there. So we don't need the 4 card. We've already established that the 4 card plus the 1 card, right, actually fits into the 5 card, which fits to the 9 card, right? I mean, I should be writing this down for you, right? Just let me write this down for you. Okay. So then what we're going to get to next is, I'm going to show you over here. I'm not doing this so good. And here's the 3 card, right? And then the 4 card is over here, right? And then the 5 card, right, is here. And then the 6 card. And Jack has 6 eyes. And then the 7 card, which is, look. And then the 8 card. Right, and the 8 card. And then the 9 card. Right. Now, what happens over here, we count this as our birth, right? So I just want to show you that there's this and there's this over here, right? And this over here. These are not the same. When I look at this, if I was looking at the cube, right? I'm not looking at this anymore. I'm now looking at the cube, the dice cube. Now, I don't know if I have any in my pocket. Let me see if I do. No, I don't. I'm not very happy about that. I'm not in the house, but that's okay. I'm quite sure you can take out a dice cube and look. Right? How you doing there, buddy? So what this means is the opposite of the 6 is the 1. So when I poke holes through all of it and drill it all out, right? They only gave you the preform when they came here. They didn't really deliver something that, and anyways, so we, okay, I think we got cut off for a while. So what happens over here, I'm not sure how long that was going on, right? So what happens over here, right, is these are the cubes. And they deliver these cubes whole, right? They only poke a few holes in the cubes, but there's many more holes, but they give you the basic, the dice is a blueprint, right? It's a blueprint, right? And you can connect the sides any way you want. You don't necessarily, right, have to have 2, 3, right, over 4, 5, right? Right. Oh, I don't know if I have that right, but the 1 over here would be the 1, right? That's the way it would be, but it doesn't have to be that way. And the reason for that is that 7 and that 7, and the underneath here would be 1 and 6, right? These obligations that are all happening. So what happens, right, is when the cube is like this, right, with the 6 on top, okay, over here is going to be, I think it's the 4, and on this side is the 3. here will be the 2 or the 5. Right? That's exactly what's going to... It'll either be that or the 2-5 will be here and the 3-4 will be up here. Regardless to the fact, this is the way it is. So here's the 9 card, right? This 5 card, look, fits right here. I don't need the 5 card. The 4 card, the 4 corners, is in every single card. In fact, the 4 is for itself, right? And then it replicates inside the 5, inside the 6, inside the 7, inside the 8, and inside the 9. We're not going to talk about the 10 right now. The 10 is 5 and 5. 5 up, 5 down. The 4 has 2 up and 2 down. Okay? 10 and 4. That's your communication. And these 2 cards over here. They're perfect. There are no others like it. It also creates your high Q gate at 52 equals to 10 and 7 equal to 1703 to the minus side. Right? I got this information from the French language on how they count and how they say 17. They say 10-7. So at the same time, if I want to do 10 minus 7, I'd end up with minus 3 plus 17 equals to a total of 20. See, you would minus, I don't minus this, right? Because here's my ruler. I have 17 inches on this side. I have 3 inches on this side. Right, and that's my 20. Now, if you want to cut off 3 inches, right, although this would be 20, it would equal to 14. Take this off of here, right? So anyways, this is the way it goes. This time when we do the minus, this would be a C17, and then it would be an invert C19, right? This would be 34, 25, right? And then it would be 33. At the same time, it would be 51. So I'm going to connect these and these. What is this? 17 and 17 is 34, and 17 is 51. Right? So we got A17, B17. The third 17 is here. C, right over here is another one over here, right? And then no, the answer is here, sorry. The third one is here. And then the third one for that one is over here. Let's make it these. So let me just show you. 17 and 17 equals to 34. Plus 17 equals to 51. Plus 17 equals to 68. By the way, house, planet. Note the word 10 inside of this, right? Don't do a lap for me. Right, a lap dance goes together. So house is 68, planet is 68. Created by the cat's number, the X marks the spot. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to 6 and 8, dividing what that 7th gate is. That's also noted to be 3/4, which represents 75, representing electric. Electric company. What comes with electric is the company. And it's, I think, 87, 25 and 14, 39, New York, 40, 56 and 13, 69 and 15 is 84 and 3, 87, company. But we also have to note that there's an O and an M inside, right, inside of this. Right? So that'll equal to 28. So we're going to get 59 and 28. So I already can see, because this 5 and 9, right, you can tell the 5 fits into the 9 card, right? So it's complete configuration, the E world to the I birth. And why it goes to the 7th gate, okay, is the maximum on any cube are 7. It's both 7 of 9 and 7 of 9. There's possibly another 7 and 9, and that can be what the AVG is, right? That is what your life gateway is, right over here. V for life. V 5, also noted to be E at the same time. Maybe that's why we need to have our electric vehicles right now, because I'm just going to switch this around for a second. So yeah, we didn't do that. Did we do the this over here, right? Where we walk back and we can, we walk forward, and what it looked like that's behind me. So I am right now. See that side? And that side, I'm under the chuppah, right? And right under the chuppah, not on the flat top, right? Here's the flat top, here's the top. This flat top tells me I'm from this side to this side, right? bait. Alpha shows me the point connecting the two, and I am at that point. That is the story of that angle from where I stand. There's 3 parts to this. There's the first point, there's down over here and up over here. So when we're talking about Taurus, when we're talking about V, when we're talking about multiple eyes, that means when you're drawing circles. I'm not sure if you can see me because the sun is so bright, unless it's just me, you know. When you draw circles, you know, you have to have a starting point, right? Where are those starting points and why? Like I spoke earlier, I was talking about the soul. But in French, to say soul, I need to say âme. How do I say it in Spanish? How do I say it in Hebrew? How do I say it in German? I don't want to do too many because I'm going to step over myself. And then it's going to, and then I just need to do it a little bit of time. I'm mixing paint. How many paints before it becomes a pitch paint? What a pitch paint is a paint that has no pitch. Now, if you have a pitch, you're throwing a ball and you're throwing a ball that could be a strike, right? Until it gets there, you don't know if it's a ball or a strike. And sometimes when you get a ball, you have a ball, you go to a ball, it could be a masquerade ball. Now, in everything I said, and the reason why I said it, because everything that rhymes within itself is telling a story within itself, but inside the individual word of the individual letter that's in that word, and depending on how many letters are in that word, they're all going to tell a story. And when a word goes to a certain number of letters, what's the most a word, and how many words are there in the world that go to 12 letters or 13 letters? There are no regeneration or any of those things. I need solid whole words like pool, but then there's another word, there's aid. Hey, spit that out. What are you eating? You're interrupting me. Yes, so then there's masquerade. Yeah, so we looked underneath here, and when I'm, sorry for myself. So I'm underneath here, and what story am I telling here, right? Because I'm still under the flat, right? And the flat goes all the way to the other side. But wait, I have no connection to the Lord. I only have the connection to the Lord when I'm standing here, because I have the point. I am at the heart. Or I have one here. So that chuppah is showing you you're living under the two worlds of that sun, the divided sun, and either you're in 1 or 3. You're not in 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? 1 and 2, what is the difference? What is D, right? Or what is double D? Inside of here we have a rectangular, okay? And the rectangular could be our card, right, underneath here. And the whole thing is square, right? It's all square. So we actually have 8 corners in here. So how should I figure this out? I have to do the calculation. I have to see it in my head, and it's got to make sense to everybody. The end result of everything I do now, I just love coming out here and sharing what I feel. It makes me feel good. But the end result, what do I want the end result to be? What the end result should be is the truth that the story tells. That it has depth for its definition in each word chosen in the story that is written. And I don't even need to write it. I just need a computer, somebody to put all this information in, and let me talk to myself, or let's talk to ourselves with all the truth from the deck of cards, 52 cards, 2 joker, 1 is an add-on card. To NFL football of 11 players of the 11 number 5, 10, 15, 20. When you count by 5s and you want to go to 55, that's when everything splits. When you count by 3 and you go to 33, that's where you found the heart. You count by 2, you go to 22. That's 11. And every time you go, you match. Your 22, 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. Your 11 is your base creation of 3. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 3 and 2. What's missing? 1/3. I get that 1/3 through where 44 comes in. 11 times 4, 44. Plus 11 plus 4 again. We have to do the addition, is 15. Equals to 59. The birth comes into the E world through the 7th gate. 7, 8, 9. because 7 is within the heavens, within the realm. 7 representing the moon card. The 8 representing the moon card. The 7 is for the king within your crown. Sitting on your throne you own is 1. For in the word is TeCHeConnectT. And within 1 is all 7. The numeric value of 34, where the 015 equals 19 and 15. Negative and positive. Let me get my book out. I want to write this down. ONE 1. 1. 015 NE. Could say northeast, right? Total in 19, which can also be the DNA, which will be also 19. And there was a word I was doing yesterday, and it all came out to 19. What was the word? I think I wrote it on the computer. The word had 3 divisions. I don't know if it was magnet or was it magnet? MAG, I don't know, but what is that word magnet? Let me spell that out. Magnet. You know what it tells me? A net, right, is a filet, right? And a filet could be talking about a fish. It could be talking about anything. It could be talking about meat. But what happens when you fillet the fish compared to finding the fillet within the meat? There's a difference. Net is also in basketball where you can get 3 points or 2 points, right? And when you get 1 point, right, that's only off of a foul, FOUL, or we also have the FOWL inside that realm, right? For those who just came here, if you'd like to see how the spirit and the soul and the vibration comes off the sun, or the energy that comes off of us, does everything emanate the energy? So I'm just going to come back here and show you this. Does everything emanate the energy? So when I stand, let me see this. Okay, so I stand here and I talk to you. Look, just as right there. Wait a second, I have to block it. It moved. You know that? In the last 10 minutes, if I just stand on a different angle, I don't have to go so close. It was crazy. I had to move over to the pool. I just changed my angle, right? So here's where I'm not sure if you can still see it. You can still see the point coming off over here in the different colors. If I back my head up, right? So when I bow, some people say, why do you pray? Why do you pray? Look at the vibration. Look at the vibration off my head. I'll do it slower. So now imagine Pluto vibrates in the Kuiper belt, or because it's so cold, vibrations just crush the ice. And then it crushes the ice, it dissolves the vibration for a new vibration, and the wall builds itself up again. So Pluto will wrap and send vibrations through all the planets, and everybody will be stowed with Pluto. And then when Neptune sends it out, Pluto will not know of that vibration coming in. And when Uranus gets hit by the Pluto-Neptune, it will send that in, and not Pluto and not Neptune will know that vibration. And then when you send that vibration off of Saturn, not Pluto, not Neptune, not Uranus will know that vibration. And if we should call the home center of our planet as Jupiter, then all shall come into Jupiter, as like from the sun onto Mercury, that will not fill Venus, which will fill Mercury, which will not fill Earth, will fill Venus and Mercury, that will not feel Mars, that will feel Mars will feel as a last vibration from the sun to the earth, from the sun to Mercury to Venus to the earth, everything into Mars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 4 equaling to 12, equaling to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. Let me see what's going on here. Sir, have you taken any drugs? Can we see the dogs? Can we see your soul? Can we see the address? What's your dog's name? Not my dog, sorry, just babysitting. That's it. Here's the dog. Can you see the dog? Hey, Doogie. Okay, let's go back and take a look at. Can we see your address? Can we see your soul? What's your dog's name? Sir, have you taken any drugs? That makes no sense at all. What would that have to do with what I talk about? Doesn't do anything. And since you mentioned the word, we're going to look it up. D and R, right? It starts with D and R, and then U and G. And then, is it with an S or without an S? I'll put the S after, okay? The S connects actually a multiple system, the AI, which is actually the JAI, or let's say the AM system, or the AME system. Where does this come from? It just comes from the, I'm going to see if I have it in this book here so I can show you how it comes together. Just let me take a look at this. I got it in one of these two books. Oh, there we go. Here, let me show you. Right here. This is it. Right. In this corner over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? That's what this is over here. So when I connect this over here, okay, they're all going to be, like I said, 1 and 8 equals to 9 and 8. You know, I like to say hi, B. And then we're going to have 2 and 7 equals to 9 and 14. Okay, and then we're going to have 3 and 6 equals to 9 and 18. And then we're going to have 4 and 5 equals to 9 and 20. This will be 29. This is the IT system passage in the sun. Happens in February. The star system comes in February on the 29th day, or April 1st is now the 92nd day in a leap year. But it's the 91st day, right, for 3 years. 3 times this, 3 times years. 91 equals to 273. This is September 30th, right? It's the 9th month. 39 represents angel 10. There's other meanings for this, of course. If we want to go 93, Saturn. What do they have in common? They have 13 and 31 in common. 3 by 31, 3 by 13. Now let's check this out. 31 and 13 and 31. Or how about 13 and 31 and 13? It'll equal to 5775. So if you go on the internet and you look up orphan roulette, you will find an area of numbers where it will add up to 5775. Now I'm going to show you the 11, right? I'm not going to talk too much more other than 77 times 75 equals 5775. 57, it says electric moon. Electric moon. Okay. Don't forget. What do I do here? I tell stories. From the word, from the number, nothing else. Somebody asks, have you ever talked about anything else? I've talked about a lot of things before I wrap my mind up and try to focus on being neutral and not taking any sides other than seeing the aura of everything that exists and its sides alone. The good and the bad is only the choice of the side that it takes. I make no judgment other than the judgment of the word alone. So let's go on. So now we're going to look at 11. Right, with 11 over here, right? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here I do not use the 1, and here I do not use the 9, and that's the letter S. And also the spirit is number 91. The spirit is 7 times 13 equals to 91. It represents a suit, and a suit equals to 13. There are 13 cards. Suit, card. There are 13 cards in a suit. Okay? So let's leave it at that for now. So S represents number 19. So it represents A and I within. It also represents A within itself. What we note is over here, we did 11, which is 1 and 1 coming together. And 11 is also noted, right, to be what is 11 in blackjack. And that's where the dots in the cube, the dots, the 21 dots. The thing about the 21 dots, okay, is when you get here, it becomes an ST. You began on an ST, you ended on an ST. You have everything complete right over here. Do not count 1. Do not count 2 because your base creation is 3. So do not count 21. Do not count 20 because your base creation, this will be 41. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start from 19 and we're going to go all the way down to, let me see this, I did 40. We're going to go all the way down to 3. We're going to go all the way down to 3. I think should I be going to 2, right? Should I be going to 2 or should I be going to 3? Anyways, nothing to be said and behold. Okay, the maximum you can get on 3 dice is 18. 19 starts from the other side, as you can see over here. 19 starts from the other side. The 180 degree mark over here has to have an area space. Right? It needs the area space. Right? So the area space to occupy, right, between is it a 10 degree, right? Is it a 10 degree area or is it a 5 degree? Or should we say area space works at 1 degree? Or can we say it works at 1 degree and 2 degree area space? 1 between 2, right, equaling to 2. 1 occupies the center of 2, where 1 is actually nothing. What if I use this, right, that line over here, right, between the two sides? That's just the barrier. Creating a situation here. So this becomes the barrier. Your 512 memory, the 1.25 days left over on the average of a 4-year period. The 51 for Mars inside of Venus, where Mars holds the alpha key inside of Earth. Mars holds life, or half the life. 2 doubles it back up and makes it whole again. These are not my truths. These are mathematical realities. 5 times 2 equals 10, right? 5 times 2. So what happened to the 2? It became 1. Then 1 times 2 equals 2. I brought the 2 whole again. Remember, I said 5 and 2, what they do, right? So what if I used another number, like 5 times 3 equals 1.5. So 1.5 is half of 3. So if I do 2 times 1.5, I'm going to end up with 3 again. So that's what the 5 and 2, and that's what Earth does. It rebuilds. So it rebuilds. So over here we have what is Abraham. Inside of Abraham, which is the Chamis adding on the 11 over here, right? The 33 is Isaac. 5 and 9 is 14. 33 for Isaac. 44 for Abraham. This is going in rotation. This is connecting to it, splitting the day and the night. The mathematics, 6 and 9, 15, 16 and 8, 24, right? 16 and 8. And here it's 9 and 6. Here the number 7 comes in. Here it's 24. Here it's 15. Here it's the O. Here it's the X. 2 and 4 equals to 6. Did I write that? Yeah, 24, right? The 24th letter. And here it's the 15th letter. So we did this piece over here, right? We ended up with this over here, the electric moon. So now I'm going to put it back to my face. Hot out here in the sun. I want to thank you for watching this video. I'm going to come back again. Send me an email, send me a note, leave me a message, leave me a comment. And if we can get enough people organizing what time you want me to come back, well, we'll get back on the radar and start pumping out some more stories from the information and the mathematics, the equations, and see what the answer is. Thank you for watching this video.